around Mzansi football, and I hope you guys are ready and pumped up because today I'll be talking about the mighty Buccaneers, the five skipper Orlando Pirates. You have been warned. This is a spoiler alert, meaning that this video is officially categorized. So you have been warned. So let's get this video started. Now this video is going to be a two-part video, which in the first part of this one I'll be talking about the origins of the club, Orlando Stadium, the management, and as well as how the crossbone and iconic skull came about. And in the second part we'll be talking about how Pirates became champions, not just in the Premier League but also in cup competitions, as well as in the future of Orlando Pirates. So guys, sit down, relax, and let's begin this video. Orlando Pirates is one of South Africa's oldest football clubs, having been constructed in 1937 in Orlando East in Soweto. The club's performance once the years have assisted as inspiration for young footballers to reach the level of playing football for the black and white colors of the Buccaneers. The origins. In 1934, a group of teenagers founded a soccer team at a sports club, otherwise known as Orlando Boys. Adrius Pelepele Mkwazanzi was a boxing instructor at the sports club who knew football talent when he saw it. But in 1937, he boosted the organization of the team, and a year later the young players used to play barefoot and with no colors or kits in the small division of the JBFA, otherwise known as the Johannesburg Bantu Football Association. But in 1939, the club broke away from the Orlando Boys Club and collected at the Andreas Makazanzi home. After the club left the Orlando Boys Club, he called the club the last name Pirates, meaning pirates, which he named after the 1940 film Seahawk, starring Errol Flynn. The legend was born. Evolution of emblems. Emblem was shaped as a black diamond and showed three letters, PFC, which the P was a big letter and the FC was smaller, otherwise known in abbreviation as Pirates FC, which is Pirates Football Club. But however, in the second emblem it took another 10 years before the renowned skull and crossbone emblem was put on as a badge on black blazers. This emblem was later created for general composition by Zurius Bucks supporter Rakas Mapasech, who started a slick screen printing business in his backyard in the late 50s. In the third emblem, Orlando Pirates adopted a round-shaped but sleek, but the skull and crossbone stayed unmoved for a brief period in 70-year history. But in the fourth emblem in the mid-60s, the shield was inserted on the playing jersey. However, the shield would remain a fixture for the next 40 years. But in the fifth emblem in the 1980s, this emblem slightly changed. The skull and crossbow got a ramp. The skull inhabited became bolder, and the word up the bunks was inserted. But in the sixth emblem in 1996, the golden star on top of the current emblem was inserted as a result of becoming victors of the most esteemed African title, the African Champions League, when Orlando Pirates beat Ivory Coast side ASEC Mimosa in the final. The star signifies a point in history when Orlando Pirates left a significant mark on the African continent. Management. In 1960, Mike Tseka was the chairman of Orlando Pirates. Around 1970, Adri Mabatani was in charge of the club as chairman. Unfortunately, catastrophe struck. When on his way to a friendly game in Paris, he was killed in a car accident. After his death, Washington Mapasusa took the leadership position as chairman. But in 1976, Dr. Ivan Khoza stood through the ranks of the club, of the administrative side of the club, and was prescribed as the administrator. But when he left the club in the early 80s, after a ferocity burst among the function in the club had been in turmoil. The players were not performing well in the field, and they were voting off the field. Meanwhile, there was a dejection in the office, and Mr. Khoza was carried out of soccer. He returned to Pirates on the consideration he would be in charge of the Buccaneers as chairman. So his revolution started when his conditions were acknowledged. The Orlando Stadium was originally built for the Johannesburg Bantu Football Association at the time, and it had a seat capacity of 24,000. But the cost of the construction of the stadium was 37,500 British pounds. The stadium was opened by the Minister of the JBFA and the once known mayors of Johannesburg, MC DeWitt, Nell, and Ian Melt. The venue wasn't just used for political gatherings and concerts, but in 1996 it was used for the anniversary of the Soweto uprising, where late former President Nelson Mandela gave his speech, and it was used for the late Walter Sisulu funeral, where former President Thabo Mbeki and Nelson Mandela, President of Mozambique Jacqueline Kalasio, former President of Zimbabwe Robert Mugabe, and President of Lesotho Polakiti Mosotshili, I'm sorry for the pronunciation, were among the mourners in 2003. But it is the home of the Buccaneers Escamagebula, Orlando Pirates. The stadium was rebuilt with steel frame and the increase of the capacity of 36,761 seats at the cost of 280 million rands from 2008 to 2010. The stadium didn't just host 2010 FIFA World Cup games, but hosted the FIFA World Cup kickoff celebration concert on the 10th of June, day before the 2010 FIFA World Cup opening match between Bafana Bafana and Mexico. And this venue also hosted the Super 14 finals. This was due to Blue Bulls' usual home venue of Lotus Valfort Stadium in Pretoria being that is it for the history of the soul of Orlando Pirates part 1. I'm going to bring you guys with the second part of the history of Orlando Pirates. So if you guys want to subscribe to History Behind Mzansi Football, you can do that as well. You can go to on our Facebook page. You can visit History Behind Mzansi Football on Facebook. And if you want to see previous videos of History Behind Mzansi Football, you can go to YouTube and Vimeo. So yeah, that is it guys for this week's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Well, cheers everybody from me. It's Chovicho.